Bitcoin is currently still hanging on life support, and while this is happening, the funding rates are absolutely shooting through the roof. So on today's video, I will talk about what this means for Bitcoin. What does this mean for the imminent short term? I will talk about the Bitcoin spot ETF because today we saw ARK Invest filing for its 5th amendment, and like we know that any of these issuers, they have to resubmit their filings by today if they want to be having a chance of acceptance in the first wave, because that was literally what the SEC stated. So I will talk about this and many more important charts on today's video. I will also talk a little bit about Ethereum that currently is bouncing from this very important support box. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap on that like button back above 600 likes on today's update video again. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term. And on the imminent short term, we don't see that much here, but what we do see is clearly this 1 hour downward sloping resistance line that every single time once we touched it, we've seen a massive rejection from off this level. And on the imminent short term right here, we could see that Bitcoin still is creating higher lows after higher lows, but currently is literally trading at the low. So this is a point where we should be paying attention towards, because yeah, once Bitcoin is really going to be breaking this higher low structure, potentially Bitcoin is heading towards a little bit of these lower lows. And to be very honest, I've been stating that yes, Bitcoin is currently sitting on very big support on the lower side right here, and that the chance of a breakdown, of course, is a little bit low. And yes, recently I have been stating that Bitcoin, of course, is hanging on big support, and that, yeah, right now for me, it doesn't really seem likely that we're gonna get a breakdown. However, if I'm looking at Bitcoin right now here, and not necessarily at the charts, but on the data, there is, of course, an opportunity we're going to be seeing another dump. And to be very clear, if we see another dump, what I will be expecting, it's going to be a massive fake out, because yes, we are just days out before the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to get accepted. So if we were to be getting anywhat of a dump, honestly, I would embrace it with both hands. And to be very clear, guys, I have still got my trade order set up on 39.7k. So in case Bitcoin comes down here, I would be taking it with both hands, because I would see it as an opportunity and not necessarily as a bad thing. I would see it as a big opportunity. And the reason why I'm currently stating that there is, of course, a possibility this could be happening is maybe due to the fact of the funding rates. I mean, the funding rates have been high for 4 days in a row right now here. But the biggest problem with me right now is that the funding rates just keep increasing. They keep increasing. And I mean, historically speaking, once funding rates are coming in such kind of an era, it tends to be meaning and indicating the top in the market. So yeah, I just want to be pointing out is that not necessarily this is the top here, but we could be very close towards the top, since everyone is literally longing Bitcoin. I mean, if I'm looking at the liquidation heat map, there is some liquidity on the lower side, like 500 million US dollars, but the majority of the liquidity still remains to be on the top side. Still, I think Bitcoin is going to go to 44,000 US dollars before doing something else potentially. But there is a scenario where we're first going to come down here, potentially touch that 39.7k level, because that's my biggest support target. 39.7k, guys, that would ultimately fool everyone out but me, because I will be definitely interested to be buying there. If Bitcoin were to be coming down towards this region right here, I would long it so bad. And like you can see, my orders are still set up here. If Bitcoin comes down towards this level, I'm going to be longing it so hard. And of course, if it doesn't and Bitcoin bounces from this level, bounces towards the upside, break the downward sloping resistance line, and we go up higher, I would also definitely take it, because that is, of course, a scenario I would love to see as well. So these are two scenarios that I'm currently taking in account. If any of these were to be happening, I will be benefiting from it. So make sure that you are prepared in the same way, because right now, literally, to be very clear, guys, we're 5 days out before we're going to be entering the Bitcoin spot ETF approval window. That is the window where we could see the first Bitcoin spot ETF getting approved. I really expect it's going to be happening at the end of the window, so somewhere around the 9th or 10th of January. So that is what I'm going to keep my eyes wide open on. Like we do know, is today the final day where they can refile their submissions if they want to be getting approved in the first wave. And we've right now seen that ARK Invest, the ARK 21 shares, have filed for its 5th amendment to its spot Bitcoin ETF with the SEC. It just gives us more and more signs that the Bitcoin spot ETF is coming and that the SEC is working actively together with the issuers to complete their filing. So on the daily time frame, we're still seeing a massive consolidation phase. And if you're just zooming out here on the bigger perspective, you can just clearly see that we're right now preparing ourselves for a massive move. And I personally think it's going to be upwards. I really think it's going to be upwards. And many people seem to be doubting about that. But personally, I think it's going to be upwards. So it's either going to be up straight or fake out and upwards. So these are the two potential scenarios that I'm currently looking for, and both scenarios I would be trading. So if you want to be trading yourself, just like I am currently doing so, I'm in a minor profit right now here on my Bitcoin long position, but of course I wish to enter a bigger position if Bitcoin comes down here. You can trade BYBIT. You can currently trade on BYBIT and claim a $40,000 deposit bonus with the link in the description of today's video. And if you sign up with the account using that link below, you could also claim a free $1,000 for only depositing $100 in your first 7 days. So it's super valuable. You could claim this on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, or Pepe. And if you can't trade on BYBIT whatsoever, make sure to check out Fimex, where you can trade without KYC. And you could also get a 10% cashback if you sign up using that link below. So yeah, Bitcoin is definitely getting ready for a big move. And I think we are all together agreeing about that. And it's just a matter of time before we're going to be having the breakout, right? So whether it's going to be upwards or downwards, we will be embracing it with both hands. And honestly, I still think the move is going to be upwards, but maybe first we will see a small little fake out. So these are the two scenarios that I'm currently aiming for Bitcoin. You should always be prepared for everything. I mean, honestly, we are currently trading at very critical resistance for Bitcoin. And the moment we break above this, that is the point where I would really say, okay, right now we could go very quickly towards new all-time highs for Bitcoin. So you can see it clearly also in my resistance heat map. Once Bitcoin breaks 46.8k, I honestly think 60k is going to be the next big resistance target. And since there's not a lot of resistance between it, it could just go very quickly. Just like between the 31,000 and 36, and just between the 36 and 43. I mean, those are two levels that also Bitcoin went through very quickly. So right now, $43,000 is our struggle. 46 will also be definitely a difficult level, but once we break above that, $60,000 is going to be our next target. And quickly, some words about Ethereum before wrapping up the video, because I truly think Ethereum deserves some words right here. It has been bouncing significantly from this very important support level. You can see it on the monthly time frame. This has been very important support for Ethereum, and currently we are still holding on towards it. So Ethereum is taking back some territory against Solana and just bouncing back a little bit back towards the upside. And on the daily time frame on Ethereum, we have seen that symmetrical triangle break out, retest, and right now is potentially already bouncing back towards the upside again. So Ethereum is doing an absolutely incredible job here. It is bouncing back a little bit against Bitcoin. I mean, still, this is not a thing I would like to see, this exponential movement towards the downside, but still in the bigger perspective of it all, I think we are still looking quite decent here. So this was it for me in today's update video. I truly hope you did enjoy it. If you did so, don't forget to slap on the like button on today's update video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.